The scene opens on a bustling urban street corner, filled with the loud honking of cars and the rush of people. We see a man, Alex, standing on the sidewalk, a look of panicked frustration on his face. He checks his phone for the 10th time, his eyes darting between the GPS and the street signs. He's late for an important meeting, lost in a city he's lived in for years. As a cab whizzes by, splashing him with muddy water, he throws his hands up in exasperation, muttering, "Of course. This always happens to me. My life is just a mess, a constant struggle against a world that feels completely out of control." He sees himself as a victim of bad luck, of external chaos, a boat being tossed by a relentless storm he can't navigate. James Allen would say that Alex's problem isn't the traffic, the directions, or the muddy splash. His problem is the garden of his mind. Allen's philosophy, articulated in his seminal work, As a Man Thinketh, begins with a powerful and elegant metaphor. Your mind is a garden. It can either be cultivated with care or left to run wild. The thoughts you choose to plant, positive, constructive, and peaceful, or negative, worried, and chaotic, are the seeds. Just as a garden produces either beautiful flowers or choking weeds based on what is sown, your life circumstances are the direct and inevitable harvest of your thoughts. Alex's chaotic outer world is simply a reflection of the weeds he's allowed to grow unchecked within him. He has been planting seeds of doubt, fear, and resentment, and his life is now full of the weeds of missed opportunities, anxiety, and frustration. Allen's core message is a direct challenge to the victim mentality that so many of us fall into. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He says, the man is the master of thought, the molder of character, and the maker and shaper of condition, environment, and destiny. This means that Alex isn't a victim of his life. He is the architect of it. The constant rush, the feeling of being late, the general sense of chaos, these aren't random events. They are the physical manifestation of his dominant thought patterns. His worried thoughts about his meeting led to a panicked search for a shortcut, which led him to get lost. His belief that this always happens to me ensures that it will. He has been so focused on what's wrong that he has unconsciously created a reality that proves him right. The first step to taking control is for Alex to recognize his power. He must stop seeing his mind as a passive receptacle for outside influences and start seeing it as the most powerful tool he possesses. To tend to the garden of his mind, he must engage in a daily, disciplined act of gardening. This means uprooting the weeds of worry, fear, and self-doubt the moment they appear. The moment he thinks, "This is hopeless," he must consciously replace that thought with something constructive like, "I will find a solution." He must plant seeds of purpose, clarity, and calm. This isn't a one-time effort. It is a continuous process. It is about choosing to cultivate a patch of calm in the midst of the storm, knowing that this inner calm will eventually begin to manifest in his outer world. The moment Alex begins to do this, his life will slowly but surely change. The chaos won't disappear overnight, but his reaction to it will. He will start to feel a sense of peace, even in a difficult situation, because he has taken control of the only thing he can truly control, his mind. This is the first fundamental truth of James Allen's philosophy. It is the realization that the power to change your life doesn't lie in external factors or a change of scenery, but in the small, daily, deliberate act of tending to the garden within. The scene shifts to Alex's apartment, a few days after his traffic ordeal. He's been trying to be more mindful, to catch the negative thoughts before they spiral. But the old world is still there, nagging at him. An unexpected bill for a forgotten service arrives in the mail. His first instinct is a familiar surge of anger and disbelief. Where did this even come from? Why do these things always happen to me? He throws the envelope onto the kitchen counter, the same counter that held the bills he's now trying to ignore. He feels like he's doing the internal work, but the external world keeps sending him reminders of his old, chaotic life. The feeling that life is happening to him, not from him, is a powerful force, and it feels real. He wonders if James Allen's philosophy is just a beautiful idea, one that can't stand up to the messy reality of daily life. This moment of doubt is exactly what James Allen addresses in his second principle. He offers a radical and often painful truth. Your circumstances do not create you. They reveal you. They are not the cause of your character. They are the effect. Allen wrote, "A man's circumstances are the true mirror of his thoughts. Every man is where he is by the law of his being. The thoughts which he has built into his character have brought him there, and in the arrangement of his life, there is no element of chance. This is a profound and difficult statement to accept. It means the bill isn't just an unfortunate event. It's a direct reflection of a past thought pattern, perhaps a belief that money is always a source of problems, or that unforeseen expenses are an inevitable part of life. The difficult relationship you have with a coworker isn't simply their fault. It's an external manifestation of your own inner resistance, or an unconscious need for conflict. This truth takes all blame and shifts it inward. It says that the chaos Alex feels in his life isn't a random storm. It's the harvest of the seeds he's been planting in his mental garden. Allen's metaphor links these two principles perfectly. He says, man's mind may be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild, but whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind. The circumstances Alex is facing are the weeds that have grown from his past thoughts. The bill, the cancelled meeting, the traffic jam, these are not what caused his frustration. They simply revealed the frustration that was already residing within him. They are the mirror showing him the state of his inner garden. The purpose of this principle isn't to make you feel guilty or to say that you deserve every negative thing that happens. Instead, it's to empower you. Circumstances serve as a perfect tool for self-revelation. They show you exactly what needs to be changed inside. The unexpected bill is an opportunity for Alex to practice his new discipline of thought. Instead of reacting with anger, he can see it as a chance to respond with calm, with a solution-oriented mindset. The cancelled meeting isn't a setback. It's a chance to use his newfound sense of purpose and find a productive way to use that extra time. Once Alex truly accepts this, his relationship with the world will change forever. He will no longer see himself as a victim of external forces. He will begin to see every circumstance, good or bad, as a feedback loop from the universe, showing him the results of his own inner work. A happy coincidence isn't just luck. It's a reflection of a positive and clear thought pattern he's been holding. A difficult challenge isn't a punishment. It's a test of his new resolve. This realization is what shifts a person from feeling out of control to taking complete and total ownership of their life. The sun streams into Alex's apartment, but his mind remains cloudy. He's been trying to be more positive, to catch the moments when a negative thought threatens to take root. He's had some good days, even a few moments where he felt a genuine sense of peace. But then a client sends an email filled with unreasonable demands, and he feels the old anxiety flare up. A friend cancels plans at the last minute, and the familiar feeling of being forgotten washes over him. He's putting in the effort, but the changes feel superficial, like he's trimming the leaves of a plant without addressing its deep, tangled roots. He feels like he's at war with himself, a battle between a new, disciplined mind and an old, deeply ingrained one. He's discovering that a fleeting positive thought is not enough to counter a lifetime of negative conditioning. This is the very essence of James Allen's third principle. He teaches that your life is not a product of your momentary thoughts, but of your one dominant thought. He writes, "Man is not shaped by his momentary thoughts, but by the sum of his thoughts. By the one dominant thought he permits to take root in the mind." Think of it like a master architect. The architect doesn't design a skyscraper by drawing a single window one day and a door the next. He holds a complete, singular vision in his mind, the grand plan, the core purpose of the building. Every single detail, every brick, every pane of glass is then guided by that one dominant thought. Your life is that skyscraper, and your dominant thought is its master architect. The challenge for Alex, and for all of us, is that this dominant thought is often unconscious. It's a core belief we hold about ourselves that we may not even know we have. It's the silent, running program that interprets every event and directs every action. For Alex, that dominant thought might be something like, "I am not in control of my life," or "I am not good enough." He can try to plant seeds of confidence and peace all he wants, but if the dominant thought is, "I'm not good enough," then every setback, every cancelled plan, every difficult client becomes a reinforcement of that belief. The negative events aren't happening to him. They are being created by a part of him he isn't even aware of. The chaos in his life is simply a reflection of the unfocused, undirected nature of his dominant thought. To truly take control, Alex must first identify this master architect. He must become a keen observer of his own thoughts and reactions. Why does a cancelled plan hurt so much? Perhaps it's a dominant thought of, "I am not worthy of others' time." Why does a difficult client cause such anxiety? Maybe it's a dominant thought of, "I am not competent enough to handle this." Once he uncovers this core belief, he can begin the hard work of replacing it. This is not a quick fix. It requires conscious, repetitive effort. It means a daily practice of affirming a new, chosen identity. He must repeat with conviction, "I am in control of my life," or "I am capable and competent," until this new thought becomes the new master architect. By doing this, Alex isn't just changing his thoughts, he is changing the very fabric of his reality. His dominant thought will now act as a powerful filter, interpreting events in a way that supports his new reality. A client's demands won't be seen as an attack, but as a challenge to be met with skill. A friend's cancelled plan won't be seen as a slight, but as an opportunity for some much-needed personal time. This is the work that moves a person from momentary improvements to permanent transformation. The chaotic nature of his life is not a result of random events, but of his own scattered, unfocused, dominant thought. By choosing one powerful, positive thought and nurturing it, he can begin to build a life that is a masterpiece of his own conscious design. The chaos in Alex's life is beginning to subside. He has a better understanding of the garden of his mind and the power of his dominant thought. He no longer feels like a victim of circumstance, and he's actively working to replace his old, self-sabotaging beliefs, but he feels a new kind of frustration. He's like a ship no longer caught in a storm, but now aimlessly adrift on a calm sea. He's not moving backward, but he's not moving forward either. He knows his mind is powerful, but he isn't sure what to do with that power. He's doing the work, but there's a lack of direction. He's realizing that a clear mind without a clear goal is still a wasted potential. This is the exact problem that James Allen addresses in his fourth principle. He argues that a life without a clear and definite purpose is a life left to fate. Your thoughts, no matter how pure, are powerless without a direction. They are like a magnifying glass that can focus the sun's energy, but if you don't aim that energy at a specific point, it will simply disperse and nothing will be created. As Allen wrote, "Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment." This means a person can fill their mind with positive affirmations, but if those thoughts aren't harnessed to a specific purpose, they will produce no tangible result. The energy is there, but the direction is missing. For Alex, this means he must stop simply being a better person and start defining what that means in concrete terms. His purpose doesn't have to be to change the world. It could be a simple yet powerful purpose, to finish a specific, difficult project at work and do it with excellence. Or his purpose could be to become a more patient and present person in his relationships. The size of the purpose is not as important as the clarity and unwavering focus of it. By choosing a specific purpose, Alex gives his dominant thought a job. It becomes the master architect with a clear blueprint in hand. Every thought he has, every action he takes, is now measured against this purpose. Does this thought help me achieve my goal? Does this action move me closer to my purpose? This practice completely transforms his daily life. His mind, once scattered and chaotic, becomes a focused, creative force. He's no longer just doing more at work. He's deliberately spending time on the aspects of his project that will lead to its successful completion. When a distraction arises, he can now easily dismiss it because it doesn't align with his purpose. He no longer feels the anxiety of having a million things to do because he knows his one most important thing. He begins to feel a sense of powerful momentum as he sees his thoughts and actions directly leading to his desired outcome. Allen believed that without a purpose, a person will remain adrift, the victim of any passing thought or whim. The person who wanders aimlessly through life is the person whose thoughts are also wandering. This lack of direction leads to worry, fear, and a sense of being out of control. But when a man chooses a noble purpose and dedicates his thoughts to it, his life begins to fall into perfect order. He becomes, in every sense of the word, a creator of his own destiny. The chaotic, reactive life of the past is replaced by a peaceful, proactive one. This is the crucial step that moves a person from a state of simply being to a state of becoming. It is the moment when the gardener of the mind becomes the architect of life. The scene finds Alex in a small coffee shop, a notebook open in front of him. His mind is clear, his purpose is defined. He knows exactly what project he needs to work on and has a plan to get it done. He's ready to put his purposeful thoughts into action. But then a notification lights up on his phone. A friend has posted a funny video. He wants to watch it just for a second. That second turns into 5 minutes, and those 5 minutes turn into 10. Later, as he drives home, someone cuts him off in traffic. His old instinctive anger flares up. He wants to yell, to lean on the horn, to feel the release of his frustration. He knows this isn't in line with his purpose of living a more peaceful life, but the impulse is so strong. He's discovering that a clear mental map and a noble purpose are not enough. The old habits, the emotional impulses, the temptations for distraction, they are powerful forces, like a wild horse that he cannot quite control. He realizes that a thought held is not a thought mastered. James Allen was profoundly aware of this struggle. He knew that the mind is not a passive tool, but a wild and powerful force. To truly wield it, one must first master it. He wrote, "A man cannot make his life without control of himself." This is the core of his fifth principle, the role of discipline and self-control. A mind without discipline is like a ship without a rudder. It will be tossed by every emotional wave, every distraction, and every impulsive whim. It can have the clearest of destinations, but it will never reach it if it is constantly veering off course. This discipline is the hard, daily work that turns philosophy into a living reality. For Alex, this means his journey is not just about what he thinks, but about what he does. The real test isn't in a moment of quiet contemplation, but in the heat of a frustrating moment. Discipline is the conscious choice he makes when his old impulses scream for attention. It's the conscious choice to ignore the phone notification when he's working on his purpose. It's the conscious choice to take a deep breath and a moment of pause when someone cuts him off in traffic, instead of reacting with anger. These are not just small acts of self-denial. They are powerful exercises in building his mental muscle. With each small victory, he is strengthening his ability to choose his response, rather than simply reacting to his environment. He is building an internal fortress against the chaos he once felt. The result of this discipline is not just a completed project or a calmer demeanor. The true result is an internal sense of power and profound peace. He no longer feels like his emotions or impulses are dictating his life. He is in the driver's seat, his hands firmly on the wheel. He is no longer a victim of his own mind. He has become its master. This is the only way to truly take control of your life. The person who cannot control their impulses will always be subject to them. They will be a slave to their whims, their desires, and their fears. This principle is the bridge between all of Allen's ideas. Without discipline, the garden of the mind will still grow weeds. Without self-control, the dominant thought will be overshadowed by a fleeting impulse. Without discipline, a life of purpose is nothing more than a wishful dream. The man who truly wants to change his life must be willing to change himself first. He must take responsibility for his thoughts, his actions, and his reactions. By doing so, he is not just improving his life. He is forging a new, stronger character that will be a testament to his own strength and will. The journey has been long and difficult, but Alex is now reaping the rewards of his consistent mental work. He's been gardening his mind, choosing his dominant thought, and directing his actions with purpose and self-control. The external world hasn't stopped being chaotic. The long lines still exist, the traffic still moves slowly, the deadlines are still tight, but Alex is different. He's standing in a long line at the grocery store, a small smile on his face. Instead of feeling anxiety and frustration, he feels a quiet sense of calm. He uses the time to simply be present, to observe the world around him. Later, when a minor professional setback occurs, he feels no panic. He simply assesses the situation, comes up with a plan, and moves forward. The storm is still raging outside, but inside, in the deepest part of his being, he has found serenity and peace. This is the profound and beautiful result of mastering your mind. James Allen taught that this inner peace is not a gift, it is a profound achievement, the reward of a disciplined mind. He wrote, "Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is the result of long and patient effort in self-control. It is the man who has conquered doubt and fear, who has conquered failure. The inner battle that once raged within Alex has been won. He no longer feels like a victim of his own emotions. He is not just reacting to his life, he is responding to it with wisdom and grace. The anxiety that once plagued him, the worry that kept him up at night, the anger that soured his days, they have been replaced by a quiet confidence. His mind, once a source of chaos, has become a calm harbor, and the storms of life no longer have the power to sink his ship. This newfound serenity changes his relationship with everything. He sees obstacles not as insurmountable walls, but as opportunities for growth. He sees difficult people not as tormentors, but as individuals on their own journey. He is no longer fighting against the world. He is flowing with it. This is the ultimate freedom, the freedom from your own reactive mind. By taking control of his inner world, he has found a state of peace that is unshakable by any external event. This peace is the ultimate proof that the philosophies of James Allen are not just beautiful ideas, but are a practical guide to living. It is the final, powerful step that solidifies his transformation from a man who feels out of control to a man who is the master of his own destiny. The final scene opens on a new Alex. His home is clean and organized, a reflection of his clear mind. He is healthy and vibrant, a testament to the fact that his inner peace has reduced the stress that once plagued his body. His work is flourishing, his projects are successful, and he is respected by his peers, all a result of his purposeful and disciplined thought. He is not just doing better, he is a different person. He has not pursued health, success, or happiness as a direct goal. Instead, he has cultivated his mind, and these things have become the natural and inevitable harvest. This is the ultimate truth of James Allen's philosophy. The health you desire, the success you dream of, the happiness you crave, they are not things to be chased. They are the natural result of a mind that has been cultivated with right thought. Allen's work concludes with this powerful unifying message. Right thought is a master gardener, and right thinking will produce right results, for cause and effect are as absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as in the visible and material world. A well-ordered mind produces a healthy body. A purposeful mind produces success. A peaceful mind produces happiness. These external results are simply the final, physical manifestation of the mental work that has been done. Alex's life is now a living testament to this truth. He is no longer a victim of his circumstances. He is the conscious creator of them. He has moved from a chaotic life to a life of peace, order, and purpose, not by a change in his environment, but by a profound change within himself. The secret to feeling in control of your life is not found in controlling external events, but in mastering your own thoughts. By doing so, you will find that your life in every aspect will become a perfect reflection of your inner state.